Welcome to the EGI webinar and launch event for our new GES 500. Some of the most exciting and dramatic news we've had in a long time here within our Welcome family. My name is Mark Savar. I'm Global Communications Manager. Excited to have you here. We're going to get things rolling right away. Quick note, quick legal statement. I'm going to read this because I am a stickler for regulatory. Magstim EGI are registered trademarks. Devices are for scientific research purposes only. And if you have any other questions about regulatory issues, please consult our website. And with that, we're going to get moving, and I'm going to welcome our CEO, Ronnie Stolik-Campbell. Ronnie, how are you today?
I am doing great, thanks, Mark. And I hope everyone in the audience is doing well also. We are super excited to share with you today the introduction of the new GES 500 from EGI. And
Fantastic. Big news. We've been waiting for this for a while, so this is a thrilling day for us. So if anybody has any questions, as you move, put them in the Q&A, and Ronnie, I'm going to invite you to share the big picture. Thank you.
awesome. Thanks so much, Mark. This is a picture of the Webb telescope, and I don't know if any of you remember when it was launched, remember seeing those first pictures from outer space, but I remember just being blown away. We had never seen outer space like this before. And the GES 500 really is analogous to the Webb because it is going to enable you to see inner space like never before. For the first time, you're going to see things in the brain that are so much more well defined. We have a sampling rate of 4,000 samples per second, even across 256 channels. So just amazing the level of detail that the GES 500 enables. Trey, I just want to talk a little bit about the company. So if you will show us the Welcome slide, please. So Welcome is a family of 4 leading neurotechnology brands, each of them with a long and storied history. Magstim over 40 years in the industry, EGI over 30, Technomed and Neuroscience over 30 as well. Together, it makes a neurotech portfolio that is delving into neuromonitoring and neuromodulating in non-invasive ways. And really, we are at the forefront of the bioelectrics movement. We are truly an international company for those of you who don't know. And I know we have people joining us from all over the world today. So thank you in Asia for being up at midnight to see the launch of the new product. And thank you to those of you on the West Coast who are just starting your day. We are a team of over 400 people, all very dedicated and really passionate about what each of us does, as well as how we come together. We have a team in EGI that supports our 4 brands, but this is the EGI team that we're visualizing here in particular. And just some amazing people, some with 30, 40 years of experience, and some newbies who have 1 or 2 years of experience, but are pulling us into the future rapidly into the AI, machine learning, large language model world. So thank you to all of our team, and especially you will get to meet some of them when you are reaching out with product specific information. So just a little bit more about Welcome. In the first 23 years of operation, Magstim had 14 510Ks, and then the companies got a little bit sleepy. EGI, very similar. In the past 3 years, Magstim, as part of Welcome, has had 6 510Ks, and we have more FDA products expected to be approved in 2025 and 2026. So we are truly accelerating our pace of innovation. Innovation, I like to tell people, innovation is in our DNA. So if you're passionate and curious, please come join us and help us think about the future of bioelectrics. So across our incredible business units, We have products that have enabled researchers in the private sector, in academia, in government, and around the world to do amazing peer-reviewed research. And we've got over 20,000 journal articles in peer-reviewed journals. I always say if we were a single entity, our impact factor would be off the chart. For those of you interested in the history, you can see the entire timelines of the company and our product introductions on our website. I want to just shout out 100 years of EEG for brain and behavior research. So this is the century anniversary of the EEG in 2025. And what EEG was able to do in the first 100 years is going to be eclipsed by the GES 500 in certainly the next 5 years. To develop our new product, we talked with dozens and dozens of KOLs, users, students. We talked to people who are in pharma, life science, people who are working in the field with autistic patients, people in psychology labs, people in primary care offices, and asked them what they needed to advance their research. And if you see the little graph on the right, these were the things that were important to people, what they really responded to. And we absolutely addressed all of these. One of the most exciting things in my mind for the GES 500 is its ability to help identify biomarkers. So brain-related biomarkers, very easy to capture, not so easy, not so easy to absolutely isolate and say this is the biomarker. The GES 500, through its 256 channel net, makes that possible. And with that, I'd like Trey to just introduce a little bit of the R&D overview for the GES 500. Thank you, Trey.
Hi, everyone. So we're going to just start by just showing you our snazzy marketing video, give you your first peeks at the new hardware that we've developed. And they'll then follow that with Majid from our R&D team to give us a little more details on the technology that went into all of this.
Thanks, Trey. And thank you, Dr. Mamarian, who will go through the R&D presentation.
The future of EEG is here. Introducing EGI's transformative new HD-EEG platform, an intelligent ecosystem for precision brain stimulation, discovery, and advanced care. EGI is a global leader and gold standard in high-density EEG, offering unmatched data quality and comfort. This next-generation platform seamlessly integrates versatile hardware and intuitive software for EEG, TMS, and other technologies, improving ease of use and allowing new brain stimulation innovations. The EGI ecosystem is built for future closed-loop software integrations, AI, and machine learning applications. Join thousands who trust EGI. Elevate your discoveries with the industry's leading EEG technology. Learn more and speak to our team of experts. Visit magstim.com.
And with that, I'm happy to pass it over to Majid.
Thank you very much, Trey. This is truly an exciting day for us. So let me say hello from Velconi's R&D headquarters in Wales, UK. I'm proud to introduce the GES 500, our next generation EEG platform, on behalf of Velconi's R&D, where more than 30 hardware, software, firmware, and mechanical engineers, along with project managers, have worked together to make this dream possible. The GES 500 builds on years of user feedback from more than 2,000 GES devices used worldwide, from universities to clinics, from child development research labs to cognitive neuroscience and sleep labs, and also on over a century of EEG research. Our design goals in R&D were clear. First, to achieve the highest possible EEG signal quality. Second, to simplify setup by reducing the number of separate boxes and cables, cutting down the time required for preparing EEG recording. Third, to provide industry-leading integration of EEG and TMS hardware and software. In this product, EGI and Magstim technologies are now combined, enabling the first truly integrated EEG TMS platform. Our four goals was to enable on-device closed-loop functionality for real-time stimulation, brain-computer interface applications, and also neurofeedback. And finally, to make multi-site projects and clinical trials easier to manage and more reliable. Now I will briefly explain the technical specification for our new EEG device. The GES 500 offers flexible EEG channel configurations, 32, 64, 128, or 256 channels. So labs can choose the setup that best fits their research or clinical needs. The analog to digital conversion is performed by a state-of-art ADC chip designed specifically for EEG measurement, providing ultra-low input-referred noise just around 1 microvolt peak-to-peak, and also supporting sampling rates up to 16 kilohertz with an effective resolution of 4 kilohertz. This high sampling rate is especially important for capturing and analyzing artifact for TMS pulses or other type of stimulation during the closed-loop applications. The GES 500 system also allows recording for up to 16 physiologic channels and also SpO2 simultaneously with EEG channels. For physiologic signals, the programmable gain range from 1 to 24, so giving users the flexibility to cover a wide range of analog sensors, such as ECG, EMG, respiration belt, or other biosensors. Also, GES 500 amplifier includes an internal rechargeable battery that powers the device for up to 8 hours. Also, the system supports daisy chaining of external batteries for 24 hours of continuous measurement and can, of course, be connected to the mains power whenever needed. Okay, now I would like to talk about the compliance and safety briefly, which are the core of everything we design here in R&D. So Velconi is a well-known company for the quality and longevity of its devices. Many Magstim and EGI systems built more than 20 years ago, but are still fully functional in labs all around the world. Achieving this level of device quality would not be possible without strong focus on engineering excellence. So the GES 500 has been tested and certified by independent accredited institutes for global compliance, covering a wide range of international standards. This ensures our system meets the highest level of safety and also performance, enabling reliable use worldwide. So what the picture you are seeing here is part of our electromagnetic compatibility testing inside an echoic chamber. So electromagnetic compatibility is critical to ensure the system works safely. And more importantly, you can record clean EEG signals even when other medical or electrical devices are operating nearby. Okay, now one of the most exciting aspects of GES 500 is its capability as a platform for real-time signal processing. The biggest challenge for real-time applications, such as closed-loop TMS EEG, is latency. Traditionally, EEG data must be sent to an external processor, like a PC, where it's analyzed before controlling a stimulation parameter. This extra step does introduce significant delays, preventing true real-time operation. The GES 500 overcomes this with a state-of-art system on module hardware from AMD company, which is optimized for real-time processing application. In fact, this is the most powerful real-time processor available in any EEG device today. This hardware module is integrated into the GES 500 amplifier with direct access to the raw EEG data stream. So it can process the data instantly while also directly controlling connected stimulation devices. By performing all steps within the single integrated module, the system dramatically reduces latency. Also, the system on module hardware includes an advanced deep learning processor unit. It's a dedicated engine for running convolutional neural network and other AI algorithms with minimal computational overhead. The GES 500 is the first EEG device ever to have AI capability fully integrated into its hardware. This opens the door for advanced applications such as adaptive stimulation, personalized neurofeedback, and also brain-computer interface research. The GES 500 comes with all the hardware needed to enable these functions. Meanwhile, our R&D team is actively developing software solutions for common real-time signal processing and also closed-loop application, ensuring that the platform is ready to meet both today's need and also future innovations. Okay, and finally, I want to just introduce the GES 500's next generation net connector. As I just explained, the GES 500 supports a wide range of channel counts. No matter which configuration your lab uses, both signal quality and sampling rate remain constantly high. Even at high channel count, only one connector is required, which reduces the setup time and also simplifying workflow during the preparation for EEG acquisition. Also for GES 500 system, the sensor net remain unchanged from the current generation. So as they are already optimized for high signal quality, easy placement, and also for quick setup. We also provide an adapter for compatibility with current generation nets. So if your lab already owns EGI sensor nets, you can continue using them with the GES 500 device. Okay, that's it from me as R&D. So in the future, we are gonna have more technical webinars to explain every part of new amp, including TMS compatibility and also AI deep learning part. So now I would like to hand it over to our product manager, Katerina, for a deep dive into the features of the GES 500.
Thank you, Majid, for the introduction and the technical insights. Hi, everyone. Some of you may know me from the EGI support team, where I started more than a decade ago. And even before that, I first used a Geodesic EEG system myself as a research master student in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. And now, so many years later, as a product manager, I'm so excited to show you how our system comes together as a complete solution. I will show you now our new NetAmps 500 in a desktop setup. Now, for a cleaner look and a cleaner signal as well, several system components are now integrated as well as isolated within the amplifier. And like Majid mentioned, you also have the option for fully battered powered recordings. The main battery sits inside the amp, and you can connect up to 3 external battery packs as the one in the image on the right. And that allows for more than 24 hours of non-stop acquisition. You will also see that we have some fancy LED lights on the amp. These act as functional indicators for system readiness and status, so you can read out in what state your system is without having to look at the software screen. These can also be switched off for recordings in darker rooms if necessary. The system can be used with our flagship EGI nets on the left side, which now have the new single connector. And as Majid mentioned, it's compatible with all channel counts, And if you already have nets in your lab at the moment, we also offer an adapter so that you can still use them with this new GES 500 system. Our EGI nets are well known for their unique elastomer design. It allows for quick application, comfortable application, even for the most sensitive populations. And they will still be offered in several variations. We got the saline nets, the gel nets. We got still different sizes from infant to adult. And so now let's have a look at a few other GES 500 setups. So we will continue to support integrated solutions for the E' stimulus presentation system, as you're used to. Both the E' and the GES 500, they will ship with high-performance Windows PCs. And these industrial PCs are customized in-house. They are made to last. And this is especially valuable for multi-site projects where labs may need a consistent setup over several years. They can run also other applications such as PsychoPy, PsycToolbox, presentation software. And our system can also be used with lab streaming layer, and we're currently working to make it an even easier plug-and-play option. For greater mobility, we offer a dedicated card configuration, and this one is especially engineered for optimal EEG signal quality. And it also makes it easier, of course, to move between rooms at your site. The card option can also be customized. For example, you can have it with just a single monitor if you prefer. And all of these setups can be expanded further. For example, you can have a synchronized network camera with it for video recording, a physio device. Like Majid said, this can record up to 16 physiological channels as well as SpO2. The GES 500 is also compatible with third-party hardware. One example is eye trackers, and as well as neuromodulation and neurostimulation devices. And on this slide, you will see a Magstim TMS system. It's our rapid system on the right-hand side. And this one offers additional benefits when combined with our EEG system. So more on that later. Now, our system comes with a major new release of our NetStation software, and many of you may know it already. The NetStation software is now fully Windows-based and has several new features, and I'll just highlight a few of them in more detail in the next slides. So NetStation 6, it no longer requires a physical hasp key, and it can also be used securely in the cloud. And we've added user accounts so that lab admins can manage different access rights, different workflows for multiple users in an easy way. Now, what you see here is the start menu of NetStation, the acquisition part of the software, and as well as review. They can now all start from one single application. And you will see on the tiles that we also have some additional modules that are new, like the workspace editor and also a database for your patients or participants. And here now you see the acquisition view. It may look familiar for a big part, but there are also here some new things. So NetStation 6, as Majid said, it supports sampling rates from 250 up to 4,000 Hertz within NetStation. NetStation will still have the meta file format, MFF for short, and that means you can continue to export your data to MATLAB, to Python, commercial packages like BISA, and also open source toolboxes like EEG Lab, Fieldtrip, and Brainstorm. NetStation also supports additional cloud-based tools and pipelines for advanced analysis, which is new to our software. It has, some of them have parallel processing for extra speed, and my colleague Trey will show you a little bit more on that in a short time. And just a short word on our new user interface, we've added some more customization options. For example, you can now change the background color. You can change also impedance thresholds. And we've added some improved data visualization. Our new industrial PC is bringing us high quality graphics. And we also have a new Windows management, which is optimized for multi-monitor support. And that means that now you can view all your channels simultaneously in your preferred layout, which was a threshold feature that was often required. One feature that we're also especially proud of is a seamless integration between NetStation and the Magstim TMS software. Both of them are built on the same platform, and they now allow you to control the latest Magstim TMS system models directly from the NetStation interface without having to move to the TMS system screen. And that gives a really great user experience as far as we've heard feedback so far. And to conclude, with this level of interoperability, the GES 500 system it's fair to say it has evolved into an ecosystem, a central hub that really connects hardware and software across many different modalities and is ready for the future. I'll now hand over to my colleague, Dr. Karen Wendt, and she will tell you a little bit more specifically about TMS and EEG.
Thank you, Katarina. Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to be part of this webinar. As Katarina said, I'll give a short overview of simultaneous TMS and EEG, which is becoming a more and more popular method to perturb the brain because we can really use it to measure immediate dynamic effects across different brain networks. Many researchers already use it to find ways to reduce variability, for example, in TMS effects or to personalize stimulation, and also just as a tool to gain a deeper understanding of underlying mechanisms. High-density EEG really enables possibilities such as real-time readouts of brain activity and also improved targeting and then also brain state depending stimulation protocols. As part of our increasing integration between the TMS and EEG part of the company, the GS400 amplifier that many labs already use can already receive event triggers from every TMS pulse that we're sending directly into the EEG recordings. And that really helps us to more easily clean and pre-process the data. Here on the screen, you can already see some examples of TMS evoked potentials in the EEG that we can achieve after pre-processing. In some more recent testing, we also wanted to integrate further, obviously, the stimulators and EEG systems, and we compared the performance of the different nets that we're currently offering with the GS400. And the sensor nets that we were originally designed for use in the MRI actually showed the fastest return to baseline after the TMS pulses, with recovery after 10 to 20 milliseconds, depending on the stimulation parameters used. And we also found that both saline and the gel-based nets, which we both offer for the MR version, perform comparably for these tests. And that shows that we can allow the selection of gel versus saline to still be determined by the length of the recording session, as we already do with our pure EEG sessions. We really look forward to sharing more on these recovery times of the new amplifier soon in the webinars that we'll have coming up later. Our EEG already works with TMS devices from any type TMS device really at the moment. But if you want the best integration, especially with the pulse marking, we can do that best with the Magstim stimulators. But more specifically for the new GES 500 amplifier, Trey, if you don't mind showing the next slide, we can see that for the new TMS systems as well as the new amplifier, we'll have a bidirectional control of TMS right within NetStation. And that helps us just to make the simultaneous use of the TMS and EEG more intuitive and user-friendly and just operate it all within one ecosystem. All right, now it's my pleasure to introduce Trey, who's our VP of Global EEG Sales. And Trey is leading our EGI commercial team, leaning on his around 16 years of experience with EEG at this point. And the first of those 8 years, I think, Trey, you were already working with the EEG equipment from EGI as a researcher, which really gives us a really incredible resource within the team.
Thanks, Karen. Happy everyone could join today. And I just wanted to take a second to thank the team that's presenting here today, and for the worldwide community, both within EGI and Welcome, as well as the dedicated customers that provide input and contribute to this big step forward in EEG. As Karen alluded to, many of us are researchers and former users of the technology that we are now tasked with advancing, which I believe gives us a really unique perspective and motivation to really get it right. It's not just one area of our company, but truly everyone from the CEO and board, R&D, marketing, sales operations, application specialists, aka the support team that you all know quite well, manufacturing, regulatory, quality, everyone was a part of this. And so just wanted to say congratulations to everyone for getting us to this important day. I really think it's something that we should all be really proud of. So now on to the next topic. We'll say, so over the past 5 years, we've been working hard to build more integrations into our platform, including commercial and open source tools, as well as services that expand HD-EEG to an even larger user base outside traditional academic research labs. In terms of commercial software packages, we continue our partnership with Psych Software Tools, makers of ePrime, to provide integrated hardware and software solutions for stimulus presentation packages for time-locked EEG experiments. We also acknowledge that people use multiple software packages in addition to ePrime, so we've been working hard to ensure that our solutions offer good timing and performance for both ePrime and open source MATLAB and Python packages, which can be assessed now with the GES 500's built-in audio-visual timing validation hardware and software. So another component that we've built directly into the AMP for ease of use. With NetStation's move to Windows, BESA, or the Brain Electrical Source Analysis users, will now be able to more seamlessly take their EGI data directly into BESA, as they can operate on the same computer to look at oscillatory ERP and connectivity analyses that would otherwise be challenging in open source tools or would require moving of data between computers. BESA is cutting edge software that's been developed over the last 30 years to offer advanced analysis methods within a graphical user interface. So if you're in the situation where you want to look at connectivity or other advanced analysis approaches, but don't have as much of the bench to do programming required in open source tools, BESA offers a really nice, reliable option that provides some ease of use that will help people get started. Similarly, we're working to build a more robust integration with Persist that will be provide an update on later this year. But in the meantime, users will still be able to analyze their EGI data offline using Persist's advanced software. That's the corner of so many clinical EEG workflows. But with the move to Windows, there will be new opportunities to engage with Persist in new ways for these clinical users. But today, we're excited to announce 2 new cloud-based service providers to the EGI ecosystem that we are confident will make allow more people to utilize high-density EEG to its fullest potential. The first is Cellway Data, which offers a cloud-based platform with many of the most popular MATLAB and Python-based analyses pipelines ready to work with your EGI data files. So EGI is partnered with Cellway to bring NetStation tools into this cloud platform, offering a range of options to ensure that you have the tools you need and want to analyze your data. Once you have your data in, it's as simple as picking the tools that you like, either the NetStation tools or open source tools, and then the magic begins. The cloud platform runs your participants in parallel rather than sequentially, so you can fully process data sets in the time that it would take you to run one participant. So think of reviewer 2 requesting you to make a simple change to your analysis that would otherwise take an extremely long time to reanalyze all your data. This platform simplifies and shortens that task dramatically. Or think of being able to process a data file and know whether the data collection session is accessible and usable before the participant or patient leaves the building. All of this and more will be possible and available in the EGI ecosystem. And now I'll give you a preview of the Cellway data platform.
Hey, this is Harrison with Cellway Data. Just wanted to give a quick update on our development of NetStation Tools 5.5 in the cloud. So we've taken all the code that runs on the Mac and moved it over to run in the cloud via the browser. So we'll now be able to run on any device. So we have all the same functionality for all the tools. We've also taken the opportunity to do a pretty big UI and user experience overhaul. So one of the areas we made some improvements is in the file selector. So now you're able to select files using a checkbox, and you're able to see the contents of the files, which helps with troubleshooting. We've also added the ability to store and edit and view tags on each of the files for easier cohort generation. And then all of these columns are sortable and filterable. We've also made some improvements to the layout of the tool settings screens to be a little more modern and a little easier to navigate. So for instance, now you can edit the tool name while viewing it. So I can change from my fork study to my spork study. And then we have all the same values you'd expect in all of your drop downs and checkboxes and text fields over here. Another advantage of this new tool is that we're able to leverage the Silway data platform for using the NetStation tools in massive parallel compute in the cloud. And we're also able to leverage open source pipelines at that same scale. So you're going to be able to run through your data sets 200 times faster and even try multiple config sets in parallel to make sure you guys have optimized settings for your study. So it's as easy as just picking the pipeline. Here I'm using our fake pipeline, and then I just click run, and then it grabs all the files I've selected into this data set. Here I've just got 63 files. And then it very quickly basically starts up one server per input file running your pipeline. And runs through the process of transferring in the input files, running the script, and then going through the output. And so each of the output files is visible out here on the right, and with a link, you can download or open it. And if you want to see what's happening, you can click on the logs button to see all the output logs you would expect to run on your local machine. And so our platform currently supports made and happy, and we have that in different compute speeds based on your needs. And then once you finish running the pipeline, you're able to leverage our platform's results view, which is able to show highly detailed, pre-built user interface for showing pre-processing results to help you make better decisions about optimizing your settings to get the best out of your data quality. So here we've got bad channel detection, we've got ICA information, and we've got segmentation information as well. Please reach out to me, Harrison at selwaydata.com, or the Magstim sales team if you'd like to set up a demo.
All right, so that's a quick look at the Silway data platform. We think that it's really going to be a nice new way for people to, really have one platform to handle their data, securely store it in one location from multiple sites. And also be able to really compare the outputs and the performance of different toolboxes on their data sets. So it's still an active thing that we're working on and improving. So we're looking forward to talking about it with you moving forward.
Hey, this is Harry.
And next, I will introduce Lucera. So thanks to the incredible work of researchers using our system over the last 33 years, EGI, HD-EEG data has been used to define biomarkers of brain function and disorders, and we're now engaged in clinical trials globally to seek to develop pharmacological and other therapies to treat a range of disorders. But there are some challenges we discovered that we believe our partner Lucerum is perfectly positioned to help solve. Lucerum offers a platform designed to meet the compliance needs of these trials. the compliance needs of these trials demand, while offering a range of advanced analysis methods to get the most out of your HD-EEG data. Lucerum's platform also allows you to bring in EEG and telemetry data from multiple species, offering a truly unique option for researchers and drug developers, making the move from preclinical to clinical work seamless. Together, Lucerum and EGI offer the first integrated end-to-end solution for data collection and advanced neurolytics. And now we will show you a quick preview of their platform and highlight a few areas where we're working together to advance with our partnership.
In the AI age, precision medicine for the brain depends on advanced neural signal analytics, providing the foundation to map brain function, identify disease, and predict or track any therapeutic or neural modulation response. Neuroscience has advanced dramatically. Today, precise functional brain maps and brain network connectivity measures can be generated from low-cost signals such as EEG, applicable to clinical research, drug development, and patient care. Despite this progress, applying advanced EEG analytics at scale in clinical or drug development research remains challenging, as legacy platforms fail to streamline complex brain data workflows or deliver brain network level information. Lucerum closes the gap with a complete ecosystem for EEG analytics, spanning all species, from rodents and primates to humans, and all modalities, from single channel to HD-EEG, to deliver standardized, AI-ready biomarkers for clinical research and drug development. In clinical and research applications, Lucerum transforms multi-channel and high-density EEG into connectivity maps of cortical and deep brain networks, translating into practice what academia has long demonstrated: the brain's capacity to reorganize with treatment for disease, known as neuroplasticity. Lucerum also powers clinical care with brain analytics for decision-making, longitudinal tracking of brain function and outcomes, and EEG neuroimaging guided GMS targeting. Lucerum is the missing infrastructure for next-generation precision brain analytics. For scientists, it replaces scattered manual pipelines with one ecosystem to organize, analyze, and compare brain markers across studies and species. For clinicians, it means clear decision support, with precise functional brain maps, longitudinal tracking over time, and precisely guided GMS targeting. For drug developers, it means actionable biomarkers, standardized measures of brain function and neuroplasticity that connect preclinical models to clinical trials. Lucerum turns brain signals into actionable research and clinical care insights. Join us in shaping the next generation of precision brain medicine.
So very excited about these new cloud-based service options for handling the various projects that people are working on, and eager to talk about it with people, either through online meetings or in person. We have quite a few conferences coming up still in 2025. So SPR next in Montreal, the Benny Brain Stimulation Conference in Maastricht, ISDP and SFN in San Diego, and the American Epilepsy Society in Atlanta. So quite a few options if people are attending any of those conferences to come up, see this new hardware, talk with us about some of these new integrations that we've built in this EGI software ecosystem. And you may know our team. I'm very proud to work with. All of us come from a neuroscience research background, and our favorite part of our job is talking with people about their planned studies and what they're trying to do in their lab. So we're excited to have these conversations with you, customize and tailor the new equipment and software options to do what you need to do. And all of this, we can begin quoting now and having these discussions, and systems will begin shipping in November as a scientific research instrument. So you can email us directly if you're already in contact with us, or if you're not sure who to contact, you can email sales@magstimegi.com. So thanks everyone for joining today. Hope you found it exciting, and we will be in touch soon.
Thank you, Trey, very much. And I want to thank everybody who's attended today. This has been remarkable and enlightening and inspiring presentation. I don't know, Trey, do we have time for a couple questions here?
Sure.
We've had a few, and from me with the marketing team, there's been a lot of questions. This means we did a good job. And so therefore, I want to promise you all, we will be reaching out directly to answer every question that's here, however we possibly can. We have a few minutes, not a lot of time, very respectful of your time. You have other things to go do. And as Trey is finding a couple questions, Ronnie, do you have any closing comments?
No, I just wanted to thank all of you in the research universe, in the academic universe, and in life science and pharma who make possible for us to create these incredible products. So thank you for your interest, your willingness always to talk to us and to make suggestions. And we are just incredibly grateful to all of you. And I'm incredibly grateful personally to the amazing team we have internally who has put in countless hours, sweat, curiosity, and just effort to bring something truly transformative to kick off the second century of EEG. So thank you all. And Trey, give us a couple of the interesting questions.
Okay, we've got some good ones here. Yes, the lights on the amplifier can be completely turned off for sleep or other conditions where people might find the lights distracting. So that will be controllable in software. The GS500 is not, in its first release, will not be MRI compatible. We hope to do that at a later stage. Stay tuned for that. Let's see. So the 4,000 hertz sampling rate is available on all 256 channels. So it's not one of the systems where you have to downsample to a smaller number of channels. You can do that across all channels. And there is an adapter to use your current generation sensor nets. We built the new generation of net connector to basically make it more robust and, be able to take more use and not, have the risks of the pens being exposed. So I think eventually people will want to transfer, but in the meantime, we know a lot of you have a lot of existing sensor nets and you can use those with an adapter. And we do have an arm like we do with our GES 400. Those were not pictured, but they are planned to be released with the new system. We'll show that in our follow-up webinar that we plan for November. Cloud access is not required for NetStation. So we designed it to be on the network if needed, but also it can run off network as well. We know that there is interest in carbon loops for MR acquisition, and that is a key thing that we will look at as we work on an MR integrated system. The TMS EEG functionality does work with, we are planning to have it work with other TMS devices. It's a common request. You get some benefits for using Magstim devices because we have control of both devices and the software can control both. But for basic TMS EEG functionality where you just want to see like a pulse marker or things like that, the plan is to have that be compatible. And the sensor nets, are unaware of what TMS device you're using, so they will perform generally in similar ways across TMS devices. And let's see.
I think we have
Really
time
want the compatibility of the software integration between Magstim TMS and the EGI GES system. They're built using the same software, so there is no time lag and there's no discrepancy, no translation required when you're accessing TMS and GES 500 data. That said, the GES 500 as an ecosystem, as kind of the heart of the system, the heart of the body, if you will, the GES 500 can have multiple modes of neuromodulation plugged into it. So if you're modulating with a different sort of device, not just a TMS device, you can plug in and still do your analysis, which we think is incredibly important for the future.
Thank you,
two-
Ron.
And two other quick things that are quite important are that there are no current changes to the meta file format. The current generation of EGI data files that have existed since actually NetStation 4. So those older files can be updated and then used interchangeably between the NetStation 5 and NetStation 6. And it's important to also note that the layout of the sensor positions have not been changed, so there's no issue with combining data from multiple amplifiers. And I know one big question that will come up is, okay, can we use these amplifiers interchangeably? And we hope at a later update later this year to show you some in-house comparisons that we're going to record to give you that confidence to be able to use these systems interchangeably. And one last one is that unfortunately the system is not yet capable of the electrical stimulation or G10 functionalities. That is obviously something that we as a brain stimulation company are very interested in, and stay tuned for hopeful progress on that in the not too distant future.
We want to get the science right. So we feel it's more important to not jump out there immediately with something that does stimulate. We want it to be the right thing that stimulates.
Fantastic.
And one last one.
Uh-oh.
Hyperscanning is planned. We've built that as part of the hardware and software. More details to come on that as later in the year.
Fantastic. Thank you all. Thank you, team. And we are looking forward to seeing you soon for more updates, and we're going to continue this. Please reach in. We're happy to help you out, and stay tuned for the next one.